This is Nightline.
Tonight, the Epstein files. The Department of Justice released a trove of documents and photos. What we're learning tonight. Plus, caught on camera, the wild moments of 2025. From the kiss cam moment broadcast around the globe by Coldplay frontman Chris Martin, to the CEO millionaire who snatched a signed hat away from a kid at the U.S. Open. Why we're obsessed. And the break-in that wasn't. Real housewife Wendy Osefo and her husband Edward, known for flaunting their wealth. Cha-ching. Accused of faking a burglary of high-end purses and jewelry.
No evidence indicated that anyone attempted to enter the house.
Then filing false insurance claims for more than $400,000.
These allegations are serious.
Authorities say the Osefos, who deny all charges, were drowning in debt. What happened in court today? Plus, Bradley Cooper and Will Arnett, the 12-time Oscar nominee known for A Star is Born.
I just want to take another look at you.
And the beloved Arrested Development star.
I've made a huge mistake.
Friends for decades, now celebrating their big screen collaboration. Is this thing on?
I think I'm getting a divorce.
How it came to be.
He FaceTimed me and he said, I think words to the effect of bro. Right? Like, I want to do this.
From ABC News headquarters in New York, this is Nightline.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. We begin tonight with breaking news on the Epstein files. The Justice Department facing a deadline of releasing more documents. Here's ABC's Chief Justice correspondent, Pierre Thomas.
Many photos deeply disturbing. Quotes from Lolita scrawled on a woman's body. A text read, I will send you girls, now, 18-year-old, height, measurements. The photos obtained from Epstein's estate were released without context by Democrats on the House Oversight Committee yesterday. But still, the dribs and drabs coming out from the Epstein files, the disgraced financier and convicted sex offender who died by suicide in 2019, still causing controversy years after his death. Social media on fire with every release.
So I've been looking through the Epstein files, and there are quite many disturbing images in these.
Tonight, the release of files coming from the Department of Justice. Several 100,000 documents from the investigation into Epstein. Today's release includes some never-before-seen images of former President Bill Clinton and Epstein together. This picture of Clinton in a jacuzzi, and this one of him swimming with Epstein's accomplice, convicted sex trafficker Ghislaine Maxwell. But Clinton has not been accused of wrongdoing. In fact, the White House Chief of Staff told Vanity Fair there's no incriminating information about Clinton in the files, saying Trump was wrong about that. Clinton putting out a statement through a spokesperson tonight saying, in part, they can release as many grainy 20-plus-year-old photos as they want. This isn't about Bill Clinton. Never has, never will be. Last month, Congress passed the Epstein Files Transparency Act, requiring the files be made public by today with some exceptions, like redacting certain documents to protect victim identities. Though documents were made public today, they still are not all the remaining files.
The law is very specific that today was the day. Why isn't that happening, sir?
The law is very specific that the Department of Justice is required to make sure that we protect victims. And as recently as Wednesday, we learned of additional victim names.
Our thanks to Pierre. We'll, of course, continue to follow all significant developments in this story. We turn now to look back at some of 2025's most viral moments caught on camera. Why this year we seem particularly obsessed with catching people behaving badly. Here's our Nightline co-anchor, Juju Chang.
Let's go look at please for the first person to come up on the big screen.
The caught on camera moment of 2025, absolutely, hands down, was the Coldplay concert.
All right, come on, you're okay? Oh, what? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
Chris Martin is known for celebrating love on the kiss cam, but on this night, he got upstaged.
When all of a sudden, the woman's face turns to stone. He sinks to the ground as if, crawling away from a war zone.
Two people, a president and a head of HR, you cannot script this. It caught on a kiss cam, only for all of us to discover that they both are married to other people.
The video instantly went viral, and the stars of the video instantly went into hiding.
A video of two people embracing at a Coldplay concert is taking over the internet.
In the end, both lost their jobs. But one thing that didn't end were the copycats. The Philadelphia Phillies recreated the moment with their mascot, the Philly Fanatic, just 24 hours after it went viral.
I mean, this is the internet operating at peak performance.
Sometimes you need that reset.
Then just 7 weeks later, another caught-on-camera moment at a Phillies game sparked another viral superstorm. A woman confronting a dad over a home run ball he grabbed for his son. The female fan believed the ball was hers since it felt closer to her section. The dad eventually gave her the ball to calm things down.
Listen, to be honest, this is the most civil interaction that's ever happened at a Phillies game. Like, this is being polite at a Phillies game.
The woman got the ball, but she also got a nickname, Phillies Karen.
Yeah, you should be a little embarrassed. It's a child.
I love that the dad handed the ball back. And by the way, life will reward you because that kid then got everything. He got signed balls, he got to meet players. So bravo to the dad.
At the US Open, another CEO with questionable behavior was caught on camera. A tennis player had just signed a hat for a young boy in the stands when an executive intercepted it and tucked it away.
This bad behavior at sporting events, what is the deal? You gotta rip a hat away from like a kid? Come on, people.
The CEO was harshly criticized and later apologized. The young boy was able to meet the tennis player and received a new signed hat.
This was like the year of public shaming.
Nobody knows that better than the woman in that infamous kiss cam video. Kristen Cabot recently telling the New York Times how the unrelenting public shaming has impacted her life.
We are searching for morals we all can agree on.
Oh my God. It gives them something to talk about that's not a hard news issue.
It can also make us feel better about our own lives.
So what I've seen in discussing this with a lot of my patients, they said, thank God that wasn't me at that ball game or concert.
And all kinds of it are being captured on camera. So as a rule of thumb, just assume somebody is always watching.
Everything's caught on camera, and all it takes is one moment, and you're the next Phillies Karen.
Our thanks to Juju. The Year 2025 airs Monday, December 29th at 8 p.m. Eastern on ABC and streaming next day on Disney Plus and Hulu. And now, a Real Housewife and her husband in court today. Wendy and Edward Osefo facing fraud charges for what authorities say was a fake robbery of hundreds of thousands of dollars in luxury goods. Investigators say the couple was mired in debt.
Good morning. Any reaction heading into the hearing today?
This is not the kind of photo call that Real Housewife Wendy Osefo is used to. The star of the Real Housewives of the Potomac and her husband Eddie arrived in court to defend themselves against fraud charges. She and her husband have been front and center on the show for 6 seasons.
Don't with my family.
The couple stand accused of multiple felonies and misdemeanors, including several counts of insurance fraud, conspiracy to commit insurance fraud, and 1 count of false statement to a police officer, charges they've denied. Osefo, who touted her status as a professor and political commentator.
If you're going to test this professor, be prepared to fail.
First broke through on the reality show as the academic amongst her castmates, something she often reminded them about.
I am not one to brag about my degrees.
I got 4 degrees.
And I have 4 degrees.
I don't need your resume.
The first stop is the White Room.
But authorities say the wealthy lifestyle that Osefo and her husband Eddie flaunted on Bravo.
This place is a constant reminder of all of the accomplishments my husband and I have.
Is at least in part based on fraud. Investigators say the pair is, in fact, swamped in debt.
I don't care if she's a real housewife, fake housewife, or whatever she is, we would have handled it the same way regardless of who she was.
Wendy Osefo faces 16 charges. 7 of those are felonies, each one carrying up to 15 years in prison. So these allegations are serious.
The investigation stems from an alleged burglary last year. The Osefos were on vacation in Jamaica. The couple claimed thieves broke into their Maryland home, claiming they found their bedroom and both closets to be ransacked and several designer handbags and jewelry had been stolen. They put the value of those 80 stolen items at $450,000, including clothes from luxury labels like Hermes and Louis Vuitton, a $1,000 Gucci wallet, a $1,500 Dior shirt. They even claimed Wendy's diamond ring was taken. Authorities were immediately suspicious.
No evidence indicated that anyone attempted to enter the house.
Through investigations, law enforcement found that the internal sensors of the home and some of those cameras detected no motion in conjunction with when this alleged burglary happened. And one thing that stuck out to law enforcement is that one of the alleged stolen items was this diamond-encrusted wedding band that law enforcement later found Wendy wearing on social media, posted long after the alleged burglary.
According to court documents, investigators determined that more than $20,000 worth of goods had been purchased, then returned to the store, where a full refund was provided prior to the alleged burglary. Prosecutors also said a search of the Osefos' home turned up at least 15 items that appear the same ones claimed stolen during the alleged burglary.
Oftentimes you have people accused of fraudulent crimes. They're doing so because they're in serious debt. If law enforcement can get that connection, they can make a stronger case in front of a judge or potentially a jury.
The Osefos were both arrested and booked back in October.
Hi, Zuri.
Not long afterward, Osefo was once again in front of cameras at BravoCon, where she was asked about the criminal charges.
It's an unfortunate situation, and right now I can't say too much, but I will say when the time is right, I will share my story with everyone. And for now, they're just allegations, so we will continue to push forward.
Okay. Hi, Wendy.
I think the Osefos have made it clear that they felt victimized.
As part of their defense, the Osefos claim police never properly investigated the burglary.
We look forward to clearing up a lot of this information that's been conveyed by the state, and we look forward to going to trial.
Up next, Bradley Cooper and Will Arnett, longtime friends, big screen collaboration. How it came to be.
He actually said, if you'll let me, I'd love to rewrite this with you and I'd love to direct it. And I was like, if I'll let you.
Welcome back. Bradley Cooper and Will Arnett have been friends for decades. They sat down with GMA co-anchor George Stephanopoulos.
I got excited about just shooting him doing stand-up, and I love stand-up comedy since I went to grad school here in the late 90s.
Bradley would text me and say, we're going to go. So we'd meet at the Cellar at kind of whenever was convenient. I remember going the first time, they introduced me by my character name as Alex Novak, and just go out there and start to do sets from the movie as this guy.
So let's put your hands together for Alex Novak.
Will Arnett stars as a father of two on the verge of divorce in Is This Thing On?, directed by Bradley Cooper.
$15 cover.
To get a drink?
Hey. Yeah.
How come she didn't have to pay $15?
She signs up for the open mic.
Stumbling across an open mic night at a comedy club, which he uses as a form of therapy.
I think I'm getting a divorce. What tipped me off was that I'm living in an apartment on my own. Yeah. And my wife and kids don't live there.
I was surprised to learn that you had never done stand-up before. You've done so much comedy.
Well, it's such a unique discipline, stand-up, and I've always had a healthy fear of it, you know.
The idea of him doing stand-up and knowing where he is in his life now at 55 and everything that he's gone through, I thought, oh man, I was like, this is a character like that could really harness all of your talent.
Arnett's comedic talent first exploded on the screen as Job, everyone's favorite magician in the cult favorite Arrested Development.
I've made a huge mistake.
He flexed his hosting skills in Lego Masters and as the voice behind GMC.
Engineered with heavy-duty DNA.
His collaboration with Cooper sparked by their decades-long friendship and a script Arnett was developing.
And he said, I'd love to read it and I'll just give you my thoughts. And about a week later, he FaceTimed me and he said, I think words to the effect of, bro. Right? Like, I want to do this. He actually said, if you remember, he actually said, if you'll let me, I'd love to rewrite this with you and I'd love to direct it. And I was like, if I'll let you.
You know, stand-up I've been doing for a while.
So I'm the only one who doesn't know you do this?
In the movie, you're getting divorced from Laura Dern. She described you as the greatest dance partner any girl could ever ask for as an actor.
Wow. That's very nice for him to say.
They put the work in. You know, the whole movie hinges on this relationship.
For me, it is a departure tonally from a lot of stuff that I've done or that people may or may not know me for. And You can imagine how intimidated I was. Everybody else basically was an Academy Award either winner and or multiple nominee.
You okay? Are you gonna be okay?
Were you afraid?
Yeah, I was. I was nervous. I actually said to Laura, it's intimidating, of course, because I want to make sure that I'm able to be there and meet the moment. And so, yeah, I was scared.
Man, I wish I had a punchline.
How do you push actors out of their comfort zone?
It's more about putting actors into their comfort zone so that then they feel safe enough to do something that scares them. I always found when I was in situations that it just felt very tense and I close up. So to me, it's all about prep and then just being there with them, making sure they realize that they're not alone.
Cooper is no stranger to the director's chair, directing Lady Gaga in A Star is Born, earning 8 Oscar nominations, and co-writing, starring in, and directing the story of legendary composer-conductor Leonard Bernstein in Maestro.
You guys are lucky. It doesn't always work out when friends.
I know, it's funny you say that, George, because a lot of people after they're like, how'd you guys do? And we're like, great. But you're right, you know, maybe it's like where we are in our lives, and Laura too, everybody trusted each other.
Last year, Danny and Coops, a Philly cheesesteak restaurant co-owned by Cooper, opened in New York City.
Have you gone there? I can't wait in line for 45 minutes, an hour, 2 hours. I'll
just call me, George.
He's a busy guy. Come on, get him, send him some stuff.
Okay, I've heard they are amazing.
Oh, I'm glad. Yeah, it's wonderful. We just start.
And you're really cooking?
Yeah. I mean, there's a great crew there, but I go as much as I can.
We'd shoot till sort of late at night, and the next day we'd be texting in the morning, and I say, hey, you want to meet up for coffee? And he's like, no, I'm cooking right now. And I'm like, at Danny and Coops? He's like, yeah, he'll cook it for you at home, too. He's the real deal.
Our thanks to George. When we come back, the record-breaking Ode to Christmas, how it's helping to bring holiday cheer to children in need. And finally tonight, deck the halls with tons of gingerbread. It's our Nightlight.
Merry Christmas!
A new world record has been set for the biggest gingerbread house, built in Hollywood in just 8 days. The edible creation made by Disney Plus and Hulu, both owned by our parent company, is a replica of the house in Home Alone. That movie celebrating 35 years of bringing holiday joy to viewers of all ages. And that's Nightline for this evening. Watch all of our full episodes on Disney Plus and Hulu. We'll see you right back here on Monday. Thanks for the company, America. Have a good and safe weekend.